You're welcome to another session. In this question, we have been told that if 7 times the 7th term of an AP is equal to 11 times the 11th term, then we should show that the 18th term is going to be 0. All right. So let's see how we're going to solve this question. First, let's see the solution. Let's write the nth term, the formula for finding the nth term of a linear sequence. And the nth term of a linear sequence is given by L equal to a plus n minus 1d, where our a is the first term, our n is the number of terms, and then d is the common difference. All right, so from the question, we have to find the 7th term. Okay, so for the 7th term, we are going to have n to be equal to 7. All right, so we have a plus 7 minus 1d, and we simplify and we get a plus 6d. So 7 times this is going to be 7 times a plus 6d, and solving this we get 7a plus 42d, and we name that as equation 1. Next, we will need the 11th term. So how do you think we are going to write the 11th term? You can just pause the video and give it a try, okay? Okay, so we know that to write the 11th term, we know that now n is going to be 11. Okay, so you're going to have a plus 11 minus 1d, which is going to be a plus 10d, all right, if we simplify it. And we from the question, we learned that 7 times the 7th term is the same as 11 times the 11th term. So let's multiply 11 by the a plus 10d, and we are going to get 11a plus 110d. Okay, and let's name that as equation 2. So that's going to be our second equation from the question. Okay, so we have been told that the two equations are equal. All right, so it means that equation 1 and equation 2 are the same. So if we are to simplify this, we're going to have 7a plus 42d should be the same as 11a plus 110d. And if we are to group like terms and simplify, we're going to have 7a minus 11a plus 72d minus 110d to be equal to 0. So setting it to be equal to 0. All right. If you have to simplify, we get negative 40a minus 68d to be equal to 0. And from this, we have to divide by negative 4. All right. So if you divide by negative 4, 4 goes into itself 1 times. You're going to have only a, and then 4 divides 64 or goes into it 17 times. So we have 17d to be equal to 0. Because if we divide 0 by negative 4, it's still 0. Okay, and the reason why we are setting it to be equal to 0 is because we are told that we are asked to show that the 18th term is also going to be equal to 0. So we have to do something to get an equation which will be equal to 0. So that's what we are doing there. Okay, let's go ahead and name this as equation 3. So let's write down the 18th term of the AP. So you can pause the video as usual and then give it a try. Okay, now if you have to write the 18th term of this AP or this linear sequence, we know that our n is now going to be 18. All right, so we're going, wherever we see n, we are going to put 18 there. So we're going to have a plus 18 minus 1d, and simplifying this, we get a plus 17d as equation 4. That's how we want to name it. The next thing we want to do is to compare equation 3 and then equation 4. All right, so let's write equation 3. Equation 3 is a plus 17d, which is equal to 0, and equation 4 is also a plus 17d, and that's it. All right, so since we see that the 18th term and then our first equation, equation 3, are the same, we can then finalize that the 18th term is actually going to be 0. Is that okay? So I think that's all, and thank you for watching.